These machines make up one of the most powerful supercomputers on the entire planet. All of this power generation to mine this internet coin, you're making use of otherwise completely wasted energy out in the middle of nowhere.
Even if you think that Bitcoin is just stupid and pointless and a scam, this is at least a net zero.
This is taking something that was wasted and grosser and making it cleaner and not wasted. I'm here at Musk Miner's newest Bitcoin mining facility. When this thing is fully online, it will be mining $262,000 worth of Bitcoin every single month, or $3.14 million per year, which is a nice little slice of pie. And let me break that down for you. If you were to use that amount of money per year, that would be 12,756 jewel-encrusted Furby pendants right in your pocket every single year. At Bitcoin's all-time high price, that means this facility would be making at peak per year just under $10 million. And if Bitcoin ever hits $100,000 per coin, which I think it will and higher, then that means this will be making $14.4 million per year. Oh, hey, you're here too.
Gotta stop meeting this way.
You know, this facility turns natural gas into electricity to make these Bitcoins to the tune of 2.2 megawatts, which, if you're doing the calculations, that's 0.22% of a gigawatt, which means, unfortunately, these generators are not going to be sending any DeLoreans back into the past anytime soon.
That's heavy.
Now, isn't all of this power generation to mine this internet coin a big problem, you might ask? Well, first off, generally speaking, I would say no. In fact, I would say it's the opposite, but I'll talk more about that in a second. Two, specifically speaking, no, again, because this facility, that's this thing's party trick. It's actually better for the environment when this thing is actually mining. What even is Bitcoin? Well, Bitcoin is actually the first successful cryptocurrency, and a cryptocurrency is just a digital currency that's created without the need of central banks or things like the Federal Reserve, aka all the new coins created are created by software and not a tiny group of elites or old farts that you probably wouldn't even like if you met them. Okay, then what is Bitcoin mining? Well, imagine if you had a space heater in your house that ran 24/7 and it also simultaneously solved Sudoku puzzles. And the results of those puzzles you could then trade with other people for goods, services, or 2 large pizzas. But the really short version is that you convert electricity into digital money, and I'm gonna show you exactly how this facility does that in detail. At the base level, it all starts with the blockchain. In the beginning, there was the chain. A blockchain is just a digital ledger or a crazy worldwide Excel spreadsheet that permanently records information in a series of blocks of data. And in the case of Bitcoin, it's transaction data. New blocks are solved by computers solving math problems. In this case, the computers are Bitcoin miners, or ASICs, application-specific integrated circuits. These machines are forever locked in a battle, in a race against all the other machines across the globe to create as much hash power as possible, as efficiently as possible. It's as if there's this global robot math tournament where all these math-doing nerd robots are in a room and there's a bunch of people watching and they're saying things like, wow, that robot was really good at that math. And hey, that other robot did math faster than that math robot. Now, once upon a time, you could mine a bunch of Bitcoins with a single laptop. But as more and more people learned about Bitcoin and then saw the potential, or at least wanted to chase some profits, the network then gained more and more compute power, or as we call it, hash power. And as that happened, the need for increasingly powerful computers was needed on the Bitcoin network, and that's why we are here today, where the entire network uses as much power as a small country. These machines make up one of the most powerful supercomputers on the entire planet, and it's decentralized, meaning the computers are spread out everywhere across the globe. There is no central data center doing all of this work. But then the question is, how does this site even work? And to answer that, I can think of nobody better than the only other YouTuber who's sitting within 10 feet of me right now, which is Nicholas Johnson. So answer that for me, please.
Okay, if I understand it correctly, there is this little thing that they call a Christmas tree at the top of that stack of things. That's where the oil originates out of the ground. It's gonna come down through these pipes over here, and it goes up to this pressurized, pressure-changing pressure thing, and that's gonna extract the water out of it, and it's also gonna do whatever it has to do with the pressure, because apparently this is coming out of the ground at 650 pounds per square inch, is that what they said? That runs into this flare gas, so in order to get oil out of the ground, it also comes up with a bunch of natural gas and other dirty gases that they don't want to use. They just burn that off. Some places they just vent it off. It just goes into the air. It's the worst thing ever. What we're gonna do instead is we're gonna divert all that gas through another pipe into these 2 gigantic generators. These gigantic generators are gonna power this upstream data box full of S19J Pros and this other mining container. And ultimately the goal is to end up with these things over here completely full of oil and these things over here completely full of Bitcoins, and everybody wins.
Now, the reason they use containers instead of building some permanent thing is because containers fit on trailers and you can move them from site to site. Because at some point the natural gas will run out of this site and you can move the container to a new site where there is more natural gas ready to go. But now let's get back to that whole natural gas thing. Is using natural gas to power Bitcoin miners bad? This is like if all the Boy Scouts in all of the world all sat around the same bonfire and they all farted at the same time all day long.
That's really good. Is this a good thing? Is this a bad thing? Is this harming the planet with electrical usage?
Well, I think this is pretty clearly a good thing. This is a net positive. This is taking something that was wasted and grosser and making it cleaner and not wasted.
And even if you think that Bitcoin is just stupid and pointless and a scam, this is at least a net zero. It's not adding or taking away anything. This was gonna happen. That flame was just gonna blow away.
Like I said before, the gas at these sites is usually just flared, just wasted, just burned away. The gas, which is primarily methane, is just vented into the atmosphere. And methane is an incredible greenhouse gas. It's actually something like 85 times worse for the environment than just CO2 in the atmosphere. So to solve that, they burn it. But there's unfortunately a few other problems with burning it. First off, burning it is very inefficient. You can only burn so much. There's a lot of wind and other variables going on, so a lot of the gas just still goes unburnt into the atmosphere. And two, the other really big problem with this is it's just wasted energy. You're literally burning energy for no other purpose. So if instead you use this energy to mine Bitcoin, you're actually doing a few interesting things. You're preventing methane from being directly vented into the atmosphere. You're making use of otherwise completely wasted energy out in the middle of nowhere. It's actually kind of amazing how much of a win-win-win this is and how great of a fit this is for Bitcoin mining. And that's how by mining Bitcoins, I'm actually saving the planet. You're welcome.
The power is yours.
I'm a 6-foot male. I just want to point that out for the internet.
I'm squatting a lot. Are you sure?
This is like...
Well, okay, if saving the planet isn't a compelling enough reason, how about some of the most cutting edge financial tech out there? We are sitting right on the edge of a massive paradigm shift, and mining facilities like this are right on the edge of a brand new tech frontier. I mean, look around. These guys are the modern cowboys, or I don't know, coin boys? And that's what I love about crypto, and specifically Bitcoin, is I get to watch this grand experiment of money and the internet playing out in real time in new and exciting ways. And of course, I want to be a part of it. And maybe you want to be a part of all this too. Well, right now it's incredibly easy to do exactly what I'm doing, which is buying miners and hosting them remotely. Musk Miners did not pay me to make this video, but they are my go-to ASIC dealer and host. I've visited their sites, I've met them in person, and I recommend them. But really, any way you get involved in this whole Bitcoin and crypto experiment is awesome. We are on the verge of a radical change to economics, and I'm making a big bet that Bitcoin plays a big role in all of that. And watch this video here if you're curious exactly how much I've spent and invested in Bitcoin mining and why. Otherwise, happy mining, thanks for watching, and goodbye.